How to be a media buyer making 6 figures or more. Let's jump into it, guys. What is a media buyer? So if you look the definition up on Google, a media buyer is somebody who's basically buying ad space and time for things like TV, radio, newspaper, digital, many different things. What we do and what I actually specialize in is paid advertising on social platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and others. I highly recommend that if you're going to get into media buying, that's the area that you focus on, because that's the area that right now is extremely needed and is consistently growing year over year. What do you actually do as a media buyer? Media buyers essentially are focused on doing work for a client or for the business that they are working under. The idea is that the business owner or the client has some sort of goal that they want to achieve with their advertising. Most of the time, that goal is to get more sales. Sometimes there are media buyers who are focused on branding campaigns or engagement campaigns, and that usually can be a part of the sales campaigns as well. But the main goal that business owners really want to see is an increased ROAS, which is ROAS, which that stands for return on ad spend. And that just means that the business owner is looking to increase their return, the sales that they're getting for the ad spend that they're spending. Your job as the media buyer is basically to build a campaign with the client or business owner's goals in mind. So if that's increased sales, you're going to think about your advertising campaign with that goal in mind. You're then going to structure your campaign with targeting and audiences that you believe should be seeing the advertising message that you want to deliver. And then lastly, you're working on the creative and the copy that's actually going to be shown to the leads on an advertising platform, right? So when you're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook and you see an ad, let's say it's a guy who's selling a t-shirt or something, that actual video of the guy, taking his shirt off or showing the shirt, with water coming off of it or whatever it is, that's the actual creative. And then the copy that you see on that page is whatever text it is, right? That's basically the job of a media buyer, is thinking through that campaign, building out the audiences, and working on the creative and copy that's going to be shown to those audiences. Lastly, the media buyer is going to focus on optimizing those campaigns and scaling up those campaigns for the business owner. So you're going to be getting into the accounts, seeing what's working, which ad is actually causing people to buy that t-shirt or whatever it is that you're selling, and you're going to continue to grow that for the business owner. And if you can do that well, and if you can do that efficiently, that's what makes a good media buyer. Someone who can take the goals of the business owner, make a campaign that works, and continue growing that for the business owner. Now let's jump into what's actually realistic for pay and income as a media buyer. Our agency is currently doing over 7 figures, primarily doing media buying services for our clients. But what's realistic when you're getting started, and what can you expect if you were to go get a media buying job at a company? The starting pay, if you look up on Google for a media buyer, is going to be somewhere around the $50,000 to $60,000 range at a company. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's because you're at a company. Where the real magic happens is if you're able to service your own clients and work in that way. On average, the clients that we service in the media buying world right now tend to be anywhere between $7,000 to $10,000 a month in income that's coming in from each of those clients. Now, when you're getting started, you're probably not going to be charging that sort of premium fee. You're probably going to be charging somewhere around $3,000 to $5,000 a month for clients whenever you're getting started, and depending on where that client is currently at. Let's just say that you can get 2 clients that are paying you $5,000 per month. If that's the case, you're making $120,000 a year, literally only servicing 2 people, 2 business owners, if you can get them at $5,000 a month. Now you might be thinking to yourself, man, $5,000 a month, that sounds like a lot. Who is going to pay me that? And you would be shocked at how business owners actually really, truly need this skill, and they need people who know how to do it. And if you can do it well, like I just said, we're getting 7, 8, 9, 10,000 plus a month from certain clients very, very easily, and they're very happy. It's not really a matter of, hey, do I think that this is going to be possible? Am I going to be able to get $5,000 a month? No, it's totally possible. You might just have to start with a $3,000 or $4,000 a month client and show that you can get results, and then start showcasing that results to future clients. You're probably going to be making somewhere around $50,000 or $60,000 right off the hop. If you can land a second client on your spare time, very easily now you're in the 6-figure range, and you can start scaling up from there. One other cool note to add here is that if you're considering doing media buying as a side gig or a side hustle, and you're working full-time in another job, it's very realistic for you to be able to service one client in that spare time that you do have. So if you've got, let's say, like 10 hours a week that you can spare to basically a side gig or a side hustle, let's say that in that side hustle, you're able to land a client that's paying $5,000 a month. That's 60 grand a year in additional income just from landing that one client. So you can see very quickly how awesome it is to be able to actually grow this if you can start landing a few clients. How to get started. The number one thing, and I will shout this from the rooftop, scream it from the mountaintops, the number one thing to get started is community, community, community. If you can surround yourself in the right groups with the right online marketers, I promise you eventually there's going to be an opportunity that comes up for you to start doing ads. What you should look at first is joining Facebook groups. We actually have an AdClass Facebook group full of media buyers, so it's a really great place to get started. But even if you don't join that group, join a Facebook group. There's tons of Facebook groups online with different marketers for YouTube ads, Facebook ads, all the different kinds of advertising. There's other forums online. There's different Slack groups that you can research to get involved with starting to just communicate and meet people. I can tell you that the first step that you need to take if you're going to take this seriously is start to surround yourself with the people who are actually doing it. The next thing that you should focus on is education, okay? You can be in the groups and everything, right? And you can know the right people, but if you have no clue what to do inside of the ad account, you're probably not gonna be able to provide results for your client. Start to educate yourself. Watch the videos on this channel, research other YouTube videos, and take some online courses that you can find. You need to get in the platform, you need to start clicking around on those buttons, and you need to start understanding the structure of how all of this works. Spend an hour a day watching some videos, getting a feel for it, and actually get inside of the ad accounts and start pushing some buttons. The other thing I should say is try not to be too scattered at first. If you're just getting started, you shouldn't be trying to learn Facebook ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads, Snapchat ads, LinkedIn ads. Like, take your time to focus on one thing. I would probably recommend either starting with Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. Those are all three very large platforms with proven histories, at least Facebook and YouTube proven history, and TikTok, although it doesn't have a proven history, it's the fastest growing platform out there right now, so I don't think it's going away anytime soon. Take some time to learn one of those platforms, get in there and just start clicking around and start to educate yourself on how it works. The next thing to do when you're getting started is to be open to contractor or freelance opportunities. There's not always going to be this magical thing that lands in your lap, so it's good to go out there and start searching for opportunities of people that are looking for media buyers. Go on sites like Upwork, other job posting sites where you have business owners who are searching for media buyers. Message those people and see if you can get your foot in the door and start testing out your skills. Some of my very first gigs in the media buying world were actually jobs that I went out and I reached out to the HR recruiter who had posted a job online saying that they were looking for a media buyer, and I had emailed them an email that said, hey, look, I know that you're looking for an in-house employee. I would love to be able to service your ads. I'll cost less than an in-house employee will, and I will give you better results, right? And I sent that email out to a bunch of different businesses, ended up landing one of my very first gigs that way. It's a really great way to get started. Don't be shy. Get out there, put your name out there, and see if you can land a gig that way. Okay, so now let's talk about how to scale up. The first thing that you're gonna wanna master is delegation. You're gonna want to go ahead and look at hiring a VA or an entry-level marketer that can really help you with things like data entry and automating some of the work that frees up your time to better service your clients. That doesn't mean right away go hire somebody to start taking over accounts for you. Don't be in a huge rush to hop off the accounts and put someone else on, because it's a really fast way to start having quality dip for your clients and then them leaving, essentially, right? So when you do start delegating, make sure that you're just delegating some of those entry-level tasks that just really help you free up your time to do better work. The next thing that you want to do is utilize proper tracking. Okay, this is crucial. When you're a media buyer and you're tracking the stats and performance of your campaigns for your clients, it's crucial that you have good tracking because it's going to save you a ton of time. If you have really good tracking in place, then you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours every day wondering what's working and what's not. Clients love efficient tracking. If you can showcase their profit and their ROAS, again, remember return on ad spend, if you can show that to your client, they are going to stay with you longer and they're going to believe in your services longer because you have the proof of the efficient tracking. Number 3, this one sounds pretty obvious, but do good work. You have to actually provide results for your client. Don't just think that you can get in there and just click some buttons and hope that stuff is going to work. You actually have to provide results for your client and make sure that they're happy. And lastly, this one's also really cool, is you want to offer referrals referral payouts. So remember how we talked about those groups and building a community and being around people who are doing this? Well, once you start to meet other people in those groups, offer them a referral payout if they send you clients. This is huge. I cannot tell you how many clients that we've gotten simply because we have friends in the space that refer them to us. One, because we do good work, but two, because when they refer us a client, we will pay them a fee for that referral. So now all of your friends know, hey, if you're the expert on, let's say, TikTok ads, and they have a client that maybe needs TikTok ads, but they don't know how to do it, they're gonna think of you because one, you're doing good work in the TikTok ads area, and two, they know, well, hey, if I go ahead and send you a client, you're gonna pay me out for that referral that I send you. And so everybody kind of wins in that scenario. You get a new client that you're servicing in the TikTok ads, and the person who referred that client is now getting a payout for that, right? And so it's a really easy way to start scaling if you can communicate that referral payout efficiently. Leave any questions that you have in the comment section below. I would love to personally answer those questions for you if anything in this video was confusing. See you guys next time.